Okay, that's different. I can actually see my stats. 30 frames a second. 200 bytes, 3,000 bytes per minute. Per second. Per minute? That wouldn't be a lot. You can't hear me, can you, son?
What?
Huh?
What?
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 What do you want?
Nothing. Oh, have you got your ears in?
Yeah.
Oh,
Love you.
love you. Oh, let's just get away from this. Right, so we've had a catalogue of catastrophes, and the last one was, well, it was definitely the worst day of my gardening business. It really was. Okay, so weather has caused us problems. We're at the depot today because tomorrow is chucking it down, or forecast heavy rain and wind. So we're at the depot today. I've had to keep shuffling people around just to try and keep work flowing. Because basically I'm sick of going home and spending about 2 hours cleaning ourselves up. So there was that. I did a job not long ago, same blooming street, and I had to go and get some fuel. And this street is a thoroughfare. I don't know what that actually, where they get that. I like to know where words come from, and that phrase does not make sense. Thoroughfare. I keep saying thoroughfare. But it's basically a shortcut, and there's a road blocked as well, which makes it even worse. It's only a small street, so it's car after car after car after car. So when I did this job on the morning, we turned up. It was some tree work, and it was supposed to be half a day. It took us a day, and I had to go and get some fuel. Now, when I parked up first, there was no cars parked anywhere near. I went to get the fuel, again, no cars parked anywhere near, but it's a very narrow path, and I'm not parking on the path. But some numpty decided to park opposite my car, opposite my van, on the other side of the road. And maybe they park there all the time, but they didn't think, oh, I know I park here all the time. It's very inconvenient, but I'm going to have to park further down the street, because otherwise I'm blocking the road. And lo and behold, at that particular time, a bus decided to want to go past, and he literally had about half an inch either side. That's it, that's all he had. And the worst thing is, while they sat there waiting, I was actually lifting the trailer up and everything, because the trailer was open. I was sorting the trailer out, hitching it up so I can move the van forward so the bus can get through. But he didn't want to wait. And when I reversed to hitch the trailer up, I was trying to be quick, and I reversed a bit too fast, and the arm of the trailer hit the door of the van, so I've got a nice lovely little dent in the bottom of my door. It's nothing major, but you know, it's another little dent in the door, which is really annoying. What else? I'm trying to think of what else, because I know there was something else with the trailer. It seems to be we're having problems with this trailer. But anyway, so you've got the weather, and we're trying to sort out the flat still and still bring stuff. It's just, since last August, it's been a blooming nightmare trying to sort ourselves out and everything. So when I bought the trailer, the connector was cracked, and it was working fine, but I didn't realise the connector was cracked. Now, I'm going to assume it was when I bought it, because there's no reason why it had that crack afterwards. Anyway, so now I get a trailer fault, connection fault, so I need a new connector, and I replaced, it was only cracked, so I replaced the lights, and I bought one from Amazon, a set of lights, and I thought, oh, I'll use a connector, and for some unknown reason, the connector on my van is totally different to the connector that they had. The orientation of the pins are different. so I can't use it, because when I wired it all, it wouldn't to line up, because there was a different angle to the originals, so I had to put them back, and it seemed to solve the problem. But then every now and again I get a beep, and on this one particular day, Friday just gone, we're going to do some work, same street, really, really busy. I kept getting trailer faults, so it's going beep and then going off and then going beep and then going off and then going beep. It was just constantly doing that. And then I was stuck at a junction, and it's an awkward junction, and I got the trailer and I didn't want to turn, because I'd end up, I don't know who's going to go. If I start turning, I can only do it slowly, and a car behind me was being really impatient, bibbing his horn and everything, and I managed to go around there, and then as soon as I turned off into the street I wanted to go on, he zoomed up in his van. So I pulled up, and lo and behold, there's a bloody electric guy working right outside where I normally park the van, the house I'm working on. But the problem is, their drive is really steep. Now you know where this is going now. Yes, this is really bad. So I'm sat there behind this van, who's parked where I want to park. I've got cars behind me, cars in front, and I'm thinking I've got nowhere to hitch it up. Now I wouldn't do what I did. But that wasn't, hitching up was not, basically passengers with that trailer by then, and I had to guide it to the wall, because I thought if that goes through the garage door and there's a car in there, that's a car written off, garage door written off, and yeah, with an almighty bang it hit the wall. So see, this is the problem. I'm doing 43, I've just come out of a 40 mile an hour, and you get idiots like this. It's just, I don't know what is wrong with drivers nowadays, but they are so fucking impatient, it is unbelievable. They can see somebody in a bit of a pickle, but they're thinking, oh fucking hell, you're just fucking up my life. I mean, he ain't even going any faster than I am. It's ridiculous. He's not got anywhere further. I don't know what is wrong with people. There is something innately wrong with people, and I tell you what, it's getting worse and worse and worse. If you are in your 20s and you think everybody else is the problem, trust me, when you're my age, people in the 20s are going to be a fucking nightmare to you. They really are. Anyway, so the lady came out. She's a vulnerable lady, she's an elderly person. She came out because she didn't know, she didn't hear anything, she just came out to see, because she saw us on the camera. And I said to her that, told her what had happened, and I says I need to assess the damage. I says, I'm hoping I've not done too much damage to your garage. I says, I tried to guide it to the wall, so I know I haven't damaged your door, but I don't know what I've done to the wall. So I reversed the van down. Well, she invited us in, we had a cup of tea. Sam was extremely shook up. I was feeling really sick, not because of what had happened, but because of what damage I may have caused. I hate doing that. When I smashed the window, I felt physically sick. I should have stopped work that day because I was not well. It just, honestly, you do something like that, it doesn't matter how minor it is, it doesn't matter whether it's your fault or not, you feel physically sick. You've just damaged somebody's property. So I was feeling really ill, and Sam was shaking and what have you, and we had a cup of tea, we sat down. She's really good about it, but remember, she's a vulnerable elderly person, and she goes, I trust you, and I think she's too trusting, to be honest. I'm not saying we're going to do anything nefarious, but I reversed the van down and moved the trailer, and basically the one part of the one side of the garage wall has got a large crack in it now. And one of my customers, I don't know whether they still watch my channel, this channel, his house is a lot worse than what this is. a lot worse, which gives me only a little bit of comfort, because if the house is in that condition, then this isn't a major problem. Now, worst case scenario I can see is that they put an acro prop at the underneath the garage door, where the garage door is, the lint or whatever you want to call it, to hold up the wall, remove the bricks that are broken, because it's only halfway up where the bricks are broken, it's not all the way down. There is a garage. Best case scenario, but this is, to be honest, okay, it's best case scenario, but I'm hoping that this is not what they do, and they can fill the crack. They pump something into the crack to fill it, because as I say, it's the crack, you can't get your finger in the crack. It's not that big. It's literally just, it's a big crack to see, but not that big. I'm trying to think. It's probably about as thin. The crack is probably as big as your mobile phone. How thick a mobile phone is, your average mobile phone, anyway. And it isn't that big, as in long. It's only halfway up, because the trailer, the way it is, it's flat at the back, so it's only the top of the trailer that hit the garage. I think if the whole of the trailer hit the garage, it may have been less damage to look at, but I think it would have been worse, because it would have moved the whole column rather than a crack. I don't know, I'm not a builder. So when I moved the trailer, I showed the customer and I said, look, I think it looks worse than it is. I'm not a builder or anything, but she said she's got builders coming in to do a bathroom, but they're only bathroom fitters, they're not builders, they're not going to know. And she says she'll get them to look at it, and I thought, okay, fair enough, if you want to do that. Then I got a message off her on Saturday, saying that, or was it Sunday? I think it was Sunday, saying that the neighbour came round and said it's really bad, can't go in the garage, and it's causing us problems because of the car. And I thought, oh, for fuck's sake. So sue us. If they do that, I'm screwed. I don't know whether my insurance company would cover that, I don't know. I says, okay, fair enough, I'll come down. So I had a chat with the daughter, and she seemed okay with us, because I wanted to make sure that everything's alright, and that we're not going to just do a runner or anything like that and leave them in the lurch. I wanted to reassure them that I want the job done properly, because I don't want any repercussions on this. Because from what I can gather, your insurance company will sort everything out. They did with the van. When I crunched the side of the van, I called my insurance company. They organised the garage and everything like that. They even organised the van to have the wrap done, and to be honest, it was very good. It was with Snug, which unfortunately they're no longer doing that kind of stuff anymore. I don't think Snug does van insurance, I don't know, but anyway, they were really good, and they were very good on the phone. I didn't have to I didn't feel like I was being treated like a criminal or anything like that. So which people would fucking indicate. So it looks like the insurance company will be will get their tradesmen out to sort the work out. So I've got my paperwork with me, and I'm going to have to give them a call just to find out, just to see if I can find out what what I can do. Go on, you can bugger off. You're up my bloody backside. driving now, it's getting worse and worse and worse and harder because of other impatient drivers. That's the worst thing, impatient drivers. I think there was a whole load of things happening that day, and I think in hindsight, if I'd just left the trailer at the top of the drive and parked halfway down the road, I think that would have been the best thing. But it's just a ball ache, because I thought, well, how am I going to get the chipper out? Do you know what I mean? It was like there was a car. Her drive is very narrow. You can imagine somebody's drive. It's only enough room for one car, the drop curb. So one side of the drop curb there was a car, the other side of the drop curb there was the van. So if I'd have put the trailer there, there would have been literally no room to go down there. It would have been a bloody nightmare. I should have just, the thing is, I cancelled on her already twice. I should have just said to her, I can't work here because I can't know where to park. So today, we were supposed to do a job that I've already cancelled, well, postponed once, but because of the weather and because tomorrow is the depot, I don't want to lose any more money from the depot. Today's job was only half a day, Wednesday's job is only half a day, but you know what happens? The last two jobs we did that were half a day ended up being a full day. So I generally keep half days as just, that's it, that's all we're going to do on that day. It gives us either a half day off, or we end up having a bit of extra time to complete the job. So I actually put them both together, and I'm hoping I can get them done in time. But Thursday we haven't got a job on, so it means that on Thursday, because I've got to have the car serviced, it just means that on Thursday I can finish the job that we do on Wednesday, that was properly booked in on the Wednesday. All this is because of the weather and stuff. It's just, these are the headaches you have when you're running a business. And the thing is, people don't see all this stuff in the background. They moan because we're having to keep postponing, but what can we do? What can we do? Most of the customers are fine, but you know they're going, oh God, not again. I think this time of year it's not too bad because, you know, they're not really interested in their garden. So, and I said to the lady that on Sunday, I said that we'll do the work for free just because of all the hassle we've caused. It's a day's worth of work. So we'll get this thing sorted out, and then we'll do the work for free. But as I say, if I can't park on the road, I won't be able to do it. I'll just say, I'm sorry, I can't do it. I've got nowhere to park. And I don't even, I mean, every time we do her lawn, which we do her lawns and the little border work, I don't even reverse the van down there. It's a narrow drive. It's just really hard to get into because of all the traffic. She's opposite a junction. It's a busy road to start with, and then you've got a busy junction joining a busy road. And normally I just park at the end of the junction. You're not supposed to, but I do because I've got literally nowhere else to park. I try and reverse down that drive. There's no way I'm driving down there. I'd never be able to see myself out. You're not supposed to reverse onto a busy road anyway. The thing is, I had a job before where it was a very busy road. There was a school opposite, and the drive was extremely tight. Luckily, I was just in the Transit Connect at the time, and I always reversed on the drive because there was no way I'd be able to get out if I just had to reverse out. It's too busy. It's quite a fast road. It's a 30-mile-an-hour road, and when that's a fast road to be reversing out of, especially when it's busy. So I'd pull up at the side of the road to reverse down. But the problem is, it's like when I'm indicating, because it was on the opposite side I'm driving here, it's on the other side of the road. So when I'm indicating, they think I'm going into the drive, and I'm having to point. They're stopping where I need to go. You despair. You absolutely despair. Because you can't put your hazards. And then I had cars bipping their horn behind me going, come on, what are you doing? in the end, in the past, what I have done, because I've got these road work signs, is I've pulled over on this side of the road, got out of the van, put a road workers sign out on the other side of the road, and then pulled up. It's ridiculous because people just can't read the road. Anyway, the damage to the trailer was minimal. It's just me number plate light, which still works. It's just ironic that the other day I was talking about, you know, starting a business. It's why you have public liability insurance. It's so important, because I think this would be in your pocket, and I estimated them around, I don't know, I really don't know, I'm estimating about £3,000 worth of damage. I really don't know. I think sometimes if you get a builder in who wants to earn a bit of money, he'll up the price deliberately because it's an insurance job. I'm hoping it's only about 500 quid a day's worth of work for a builder. As I say, I don't know how much a builder charges or anything like that. You know, it's not going to take them too long just to put an acro prop up and do the brickwork. The thing is, it'll probably cost a bit more because they'll have to come back and remove the acro prop once the mortar is dried. As I say, I can only assume that's what they do. That's how I would do it. I mean, I have done a little bit of building work, but it's only walls. It's not structural. So, you know, I'm not saying I'm a builder or even remotely know what I'm talking about, but if I was to do that work, that is what I would probably suggest. I'd suggest that they remove the bricks and just redo the whole bricks. You don't have to remove the whole column as long as the column is fine. If I go in here, this car's going to overtake me. He's going as fast as he can. He's not going anywhere. He's going as fast. This is the problem with traffic nowadays. Everybody is in such a rush. Tell you what, I really love driving. I really do love driving. To me, it's a privilege. It really is. I do think of it as a privilege, and it's becoming more and more difficult, stressful and difficult to drive, purely because of impatient drivers. You see it on dash cam channels and what have you, and I just think, why have you done that? A lot of these cameras, as they're called, cameras, a lot of these dash cam cars, it could have been avoided. You know, I'm in this lane here and I'm going where that other car's coming from in the distance on the other side. Now I would normally go in the left lane because I'm carrying on the road, but I've started going on this lane. Now a camera on now would be bibbing his horn and God knows whatever else and having a go at the truck. Well, unfortunately, on a busy roundabout, that truck has no choice but to pull out as soon as there's a little gap and cause a little bit of inconvenience. I know it's not an inconvenience, but you see stuff like that on the dash cam things, and they're bibbing their horn and saying, "Oh, he just pulled out in front of me." Well, what else are they supposed to do? I just wish other drivers had the same sort of mindset, but unfortunately, I'm starting to think I'm very unique. I don't know whether it's a good thing or a bad thing, I really don't, but I am starting to think I'm very unique. I mean, I said the other day on my channel, I said, would I be missed? I really don't think I would. I think people will be thinking, oh, thank fuck he's gone. I mean, the truth of it is, year 2000, if I hadn't met Sam, I wouldn't be here anyway. So, you know, all this is just borrowed time. There is a timeline out there where I'm not even alive now. And the thing is, I do believe in parallel universes. I have to, because if they don't exist, then choice is just an illusion. Because I think every choice you make means a different universe. And I have to believe there is a universe where people are more kind to each other. I mean, you see it online, you watch videos online. Why is it people are more toxic? Why is it that people are more hateful towards each other? Why is it that what is wrong with the internet, AI slop and all this? It's like society is really turning into shit. And the thing is, it's like, this is why I'm very concerned, and it makes me feel sick when I think about the damage, because you know, you watch Builders from Hell, you read it in the paper where somebody's done something like this and they've done a runner, and the problem is people don't trust tradesmen, they don't trust you know, anyone who would cause damage or could cause damage to do the right thing, because so many people don't. There are so many people out there who don't do the right thing, and the problem is the press will really sensationalise that. And if you only ever read about somebody who's done a runner because they've burnt the building down, you know, see, that's the beep I was on about. Builder has done a runner, they started building and just stopped halfway through the job. So you read stuff like that, but you don't read, oh, builders wrecked somebody's house but done the right thing and rebuilt the house for free on their insurance or whatever. You know, you don't read stuff like that. You only ever read the negative. So people will see it. You know, if you do something like this, it's gut wrenching, because you think they're going to think I'm one of these people, but I'm not. That's the thing. I don't know how I can reassure these people. One of the things on my insurance company, this is something else as well, one of the things on my insurance paperwork says, don't admit liability. Well, she has got a camera, so I'm hoping they can see we had no, there was nothing we could have done. I think it took a photo, and I said to her, you can actually put a memory card in there, and I said it might be a good idea to, I might talk to her daughter about it and just say, put a memory card in there, because that way if anything ever happens, because the thing is, I need to set it up again where we had cameras all around the house just so we can keep an eye on. I know it sort of ruins the elderly person's privacy, but at least you can keep an eye on them and make sure they're okay. You know, in areas where they are likely to have a fall or something like that, you know, stairs or something like that. I mean, there's a chap we go to, and he's on his own, nobody checks in on him at all, and his son lives miles away. Personally, if I was his son, I'd have actually put a camera, at least one camera in the living room or something like that, just so that, or you know, somewhere where this chap is likely to hurt himself, just so that, you know, if there's an issue, I can check. Just so I can check on them, you know, just make sure they're okay. You ask the elderly person, say, right, where do you want the camera, and then we can have a chat with each other, at least. You know, and I can see you're okay. Anyway, so they say don't admit liability. Well, you know, there is no doubt about it. It's not a case of the damage is caused because of us. It's as simple as that. It wasn't deliberate, and you know, so I presume you know, that's what the company means. You don't admit it was your fault. Well, there's no disputing about it. You know, I'm not going to move the trailer and then the customer say, oh, look what's happened here. Because we could have done. We could have moved the trailer and the customer say, oh, blimey, I got a crack in the wall. And then say, no, it wasn't us. And then when they say, oh, we see the trailer, you go, oh, yeah. You go through the insurance company then. That, to me, is the wrong way around it. And just explaining first is the right way. I don't know what it means by that. Don't admit liability. Now I don't know whether I'm supposed to ring up the insurance company or they are, but I'm going to ring them up. So I shall ring up the company in a couple of 3 hours and see what they say. I'm just hoping they cover it, because it's like when I had the van incident, I thought, oh God, I hope they cover it. And they did, and they were very good, and I'm hoping this company is just the same. This is going to be interesting because we are working further up the road, further up the line, but they dug up part of the line. They're not building houses, surely. They dug up part of where we drive on, and I'm just worried in case it's very soft. So we may be parking at the gate and walking half a mile up the bloody road with a chip on. Let's go out the gate. It's annoying because I've told them in the office that this mound is here,
Yeah.
and
They don't care.
no. I guess because you can get past. Now the thing is whether I'm going to have to park here and just assess as to whether or not it's going to be safe to drive up there, because I can feel myself sliding. I think I'll be alright.
Close the gates first.
Yeah, I'm going to walk down.
Okay. It's fine.
Yeah, it should be alright. I think it's because they've had heavy vehicles down here. The entrance is going to be squishy and horrible. I need some ballast down there. Because I'm presuming they would have done what we're doing now, to come up here to turn around. So yeah, I'm just hoping this year doesn't get any worse. I don't know. I daren't say. See, the thing is, God knows how many years during this time of the year, December, January, there's always been an issue. Deaths, fires. Can't think of anything else. Accidents.
Yeah, one the other day, so
Oh yeah, there's accidents.
you can add that to the list.
I know. There's been that many, I can't even think. But I know there's been a couple of deaths and a fire, burglaries. Might just start brush cutting that lot first. I'm not sure I can turn around here. I'm going to try. It's a sharp turn. Doesn't sound good. Let's pick those bricks up at some point.
Yeah, essential incident.
So this is why we couldn't work before, because we're sort of working here, and we couldn't get here. You can't even see down there where they've dug up this road. Right, I'm going to go, and hopefully my next video will be a bit more positive. But just remember, if you watch my other video, most importantly, get yourself public liability.